Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Nerditorium Live. This week it's me, Tejas, with Dinkar and Ruchi. Hi guys, nice to see you again. We did have an episode last week, if I'm not mistaken.
No, the week before.
We took a week off. No particular reason, just
Women
decided
problems.
to. Yeah, we took a week off, and so
All of us.
all of us have our respective issues, and and this week we're doing the best of 2010. This series is quite interesting because there's no particular reason for it. I'm not a big nostalgia guy, except when it comes to movies, because movies are make nostalgia worthwhile.
Time capsule.
Yes, a time capsule. And just it's just a good snapshot of the year that was, even if it doesn't reflect exactly. I mean, it can be sci-fi, fantasy, whatever it is, but still kind of holds some like important like temporal information about that year. And so we've done a few. Which years have we gone through so far, Richie?
96, 2008,
Great. Okay.
2001,
All right.
and now we're doing 2010.
2010. Sweet. Abhimanyu.
Great years. And I don't think we're approaching it from a nostalgic perspective at all. It is,
we're not.
like Ruchi said, a time capsule. We're merely studying history so we don't repeat it. You got to be careful or you'll end up making Inception again. And then what are we going to do?
That's true.
We're studying history so that we don't repeat movies. It happens all the time.
Exactly.
You have to try harder.
We are studying it. We're mere documenters of
Cinephile.
Yeah.
Should I hit you with some of the significant events of 2010? What a year!
Yes, I was going to ask. What a
my
great
favorite album
year.
came.
That's right. Go ahead, Dinkar.
Sharon Crow put something out. Okay, 2010, man, what an amazing year.
Vision
the Burj
2020.
Khalifa was opened in Dubai officially.
Cool.
I'm looking at Wikipedia. January 1st. I kid you not. 2010, significant events. January 1st, the web series called BFDI was released.
What is BFDI?
I don't know. Why is this the first entry of significant events of 2010?
Click it.
I'm very personal.
No, this page does not exist when I click on it.
Wow, wasn't that important then?
It's not significant. Incredible. Man landed on the moon apparently, 2010.
But that's
British-Irish boy band One Direction was formed.
Oh, important. Right? I'm not really a fan, but then...
Don't lie.
I'm not a fan. I don't know anything.
It was off the top of your dome. You were just like, oh, very significant event.
It is, right? They're
One
massively popular.
Just because something is popular doesn't make it significant. All right.
Okay.
I'd say popular makes
I'll
it
tell you-
significant. Maybe not good.
I'll tell you a significant event.
Go for it.
Of 2010.
Go for it. Yeah.
I started dating. My first boyfriend was in 2010.
Oh, and
We're
he was
not
in One
together
Direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we got together.
I hear he's on the moon now. Anyway.
Niall?
Zayn.
It's
It's Zayn. Like, he's a brown guy, right? He's not Zayn.
He's Zayn
Right.
Malik.
Yes,
Malik. Zayn
yeah,
Malik.
I mean, say it how you want. It's a proper noun, you know.
Oh
but,
no, God. Anyway.
He is.
So 2010, a lot of people consider this to be the beginning of the decade we just finished off, but some people are annoying and they say 2011 is that year, but it's only because they know math better than us. But anyway, we move on. Let us talk about how are we going to divide this episode, Dinkar?
I suggest we start with the highest grossing because, as we've discussed, when something's popular, it's significant and good.
This is still debatable.
We'll find
Well,
out.
But
we'll debate the good parts,
Uh,
but significant, I would say.
significant, sure. We wanted to get everybody's opinions in about the year 2010. And so we put up some stuff on our Instagram. Ruchi will be reading out some of the comments that we got on that, where we asked people to recommend their favorite movies from that year. And also Abhimanyu refused to be on this episode because he really wants to do 1995. He thinks it's the best year ever. And he said we already
I
did
wouldn't
1996. And so we can't do 95 until later on. So I'm going to come then. For
See,
the
he's
I wouldn't know if
protesting.
it's like the
He's
best year.
boycotting us because we're doing 2010.
I mean, no, I've totally just
Was 2010 like a bad year?
No, it's not. He just he was not feeling up to it, so he's not here. Jishnu is also preoccupied today doing some important work, so it's up to the three of
I
us.
have nothing better to do. So, let's do
Hey, this is how we started this thing.
Yes,
Anyway. All
This
right.
is significant.
Aryan
I
Thackeray says hi. 1, 2, 3. He says Aryan Thackeray 1, 2,
Sup.
3. He says. So let's go. Let's get a good start to this episode. Dinkar Dwivedi, why don't you lead us
All right.
into some of the better films of this?
The highest, well, I didn't say better. No one promised better. Don't hold me to it.
Okay, fair
The
enough.
highest grossing film of 2010 was Toy Story 3.
Better.
Yo, off the bat,
Best.
it's like one of the best movies of all time. So
Yeah.
wow.
For my money, and by money I mean about 300 rupees, still my favorite Toy Story. I know they're pretty
Yeah,
much
it is.
indistinguishably close.
Yeah, a lot of people agree with you too. The third one is a lot of people's.
I mean, recently I was speaking about Luca. I tweeted about it, and then somebody said, "Well, the last good movie that Pixar made was Up, and everything has been downhill from then."
What?
And I was
From
just like,
Coco?
literally,
Coco?
Toy Story 3, 4, Coco, Inside Out, a lot
Cars
of these
3.
movies- Cars 3. It's good.
That shot which stars only Mater?
You mean Cars 2?
Wasn't that Cars 3?
No, pretty much
No,
Cars
that
2
was
is,
Cars 2.
Mater is the
Correct.
central protagonist of that. Captain
Cars 3 is
America
pretty good.
says hello. Hi, Captain America.
He's here.
Okay.
Finally.
Sam Wilson. Let's so Toy Story 3, is there anything else to be said apart from the fact that it can make you like, if you don't cry in this movie, you're truly made of stone. And I don't know. I know some people
I
can't cry
cry
in
in
movies.
it.
I don't wanna judge them for that.
The whole thing about like crying in movies when I was younger, when I was a kid, and my mom would cry in like nearly every movie, and she's not really like a cinephile or whatever. We can say that she has like bad taste, period. So she'll cry on everything, and we'd like make fun of her for like, oh, you cry in every single movie. Cut to like now I'm like whatever age I am, and it doesn't even take that long.
That too many events have happened in your life that trigger things, like, I mean,
Yeah, I
movies can
know.
trigger, that's just, yeah, I swear, man, dude, like a couple of years ago, I was watching Oliver and Company. It's a 1980s animated movie from Disney, and literally no stakes at all, and I cried thrice in that movie. There's nothing, again, just sitting by myself. I think context is important to set, but still.
Sitting by myself is good. That's why I went to watch like Moonlight by myself, because I knew I'd be like a mess.
Even I saw Moonlight by myself. Why? I think Abhimanyu did not want to come with me. What is up with him?
Wrong with watching it with someone and also crying, I will say.
Oh no, yeah, I can do that as well. Let us
All
move
right,
on.
next up, Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, this is that year. Hello, I know
What
what
a year it
2010 is. I
Directed
find
by
it
Tim Burton,
Yo,
starring
yo.
Johnny Depp and
Okay.
Hathaway.
2010,
context. Here's what 10
2010 is post Avatar world.
exactly. So 2010 is the most significant year in filmmaking. At least it's at the addition of 3D cinema. 3 movies in this year that made so much money because of 3D technology.
No, say again. Which 3?
Alice in Wonderland,
Mm-hmm.
Avatar, and I believe there was one more film.
So no,
Flash
Avatar
of
was
the Time.
2009.
Okay, maybe the effect was
And
as-
yes,
yeah.
so these were movies
Compounded.
that basically, yes, tried to cash in on the trend of 3D movies.
and they did.
They did, and Alice, I mean, clearly second highest grossing. But the flip side of that coin, as Ruchi just said, Clash of the Titans,
I went to watch
both
that in the theater
converted to 3D in post.
That's the problem. Tell us, Ruchi, you went to see it in theaters?
with my uncle. He was forced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As in,
So
you forced him to. Okay, cool.
I didn't force him. My mom forced him because
Oh,
it was just me and him, and he's my uncle who like doesn't have. He's the chill one who doesn't have kids. He's not, so he gets like stuck with things like this, and once in a while.
Well,
And the whole time I remember, like he was outside on the phone. He was like, "That's fine. You have your popcorn and everything. I'm gonna be happy."
but why wouldn't you want to watch Clash of the Titans? I mean, just on paper, it's
Because it's not very good. is
yeah,
it?
but we don't know that, right? At this time, you
I
know,
think we
it's-
did.
It was exciting for a second. Really wanted
know,
to see what
just
the
a sec-
Kraken was.
and Sam Worthington's career like take off. But anyway,
Yes,
then
the
what
two
happened?
trends of 2010, 3D and Sam Worthington.
yeah, and here's
Oh, he's coming back. Obviously, I'm sure he's in this sequel.
Jake Sully.
For-
I have a story also for Clash of the Titans. I think it's still this date. I think to this day still holds the title of movie I've watched earliest in a cinema on a day. I went for this movie at 6:45 a.m.
Why?
because it was a weird anomaly of that week, and the types of movies that had specific run times that maybe pushed Inox Theatre on Bund Garden Road in Pune to kind of just start their theatre maybe a quarter of an hour earlier. And I, at the time, was a radio jockey, and my job, they would give me like free tickets for movies, and every Friday I would have to go really early in the morning and watch the movies and review them on the show. So I went for Clash of the Titans at 6:45 a.m.
That makes sense. You had to review them. So
Yeah,
okay,
but
now
6:45 a.m. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I don't think I've ever.
Unreasonable. I
Unreasonable.
think
Unreasonable.
I watched it at like a 10-15 show. As I watched most movies.
On a
I used to go to
Tuesday.
E Square Theatre in Pune.
I think I watched it like
and-
post lunch. I think I made him take me to like Pizza Hut or something. And then,
Nice. So
Great day.
it wasn't a total
Watch a
loss.
bad movie, eat Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
You can't get more 2010 than that.
yeah.
All right, next up.
I don't eat Pizza
Harry
Hut.
Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
So that's crazy, right? That Alice in Wonderland made more than Harry Potter. That's like, is that allowed?
I suspect the 3D is why it's higher.
I mean, it's totally allowed. I'm sure the Harry Potter films were not all the number one grossing films of each year that they released.
And it's
Yeah,
the
but
last
clearly, like this is why Hollywood rushed to cash in on the 3D trend, right? It immediately just like bumps your grosses up so much because at that point they were essentially charging like almost double price for a 3D movie as
Yeah.
opposed to a non-3D movie. So
No,
same
I mean,
number of
being
people watch a
second-
movie.
being second to Toy Story 3 is fine, but being after Alice in Wonderland is like
No, but Alice in Wonderland really changed the game for it was. I remember it was not, and it was such a like. I just don't remember the film even like properly, like what it was like. Even though it had
Oh,
a
I
pretty
remember
strong
it distinctly
cultural-
being terrible.
Yeah.
The- The entire climactic sequence hinges on Johnny Depp's Hatter performing a dance of some sort,
dance, yeah.
which
yeah.
is basically like a shitty version of what Pennywise does in It.
No recollection of this.
It's astoundingly bad. That's why I remember it so well.
Gonna quickly look at the comments here. Aryan says my favorite movie from 2010 is The Fighter and Inception. Of course, we will get to those.
He has
Um,
good taste.
Yeah, great taste. I will say that Alice in Wonderland holds no, dear
Place in
spot.
your heart.
Yeah.
I nominated for worst stuff.
I think it's even worse. I think things that I hate and things that I love, I respect. But things that I am indifferent to, that's the worst you can do, I think.
That's true. Alice in
Deathly
Wonderland, I
Hallows-
hate.
Yeah. Deathly Hallows Part 1 is definitely the better one of the
Oh,
two.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
For sure. Because it does what Harry Potter does the best, right? The table setting is everything, right? It's all the lore. Okay, you go to Godric's Hollow and there's everything, all of that. Obviously, it's more somber. There's massive death at the end, very hurtful. And it's a lot of like, I love that whole thing with Ron and Harry, where like Ron's signed up for this mission and he's like totally not ready for it. And they have like a whole fight and everything.
Yeah. Just
and the-
adolescence,
Yeah, and the second one's just like we're gonna go to Hogwarts and fight. That's it.
Fair enough. I do like the end. The final shot of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 is so nice, where Voldemort like shifts the tomb
Yeah.
of like the crypt open and gets this guy's
Right.
wand. It's so cool. I think
I
Voldemort,
have,
Ralph Fiennes in his element is like
yeah.
my favorite parts of Harry Potter. So yeah.
I'll tell you a cool
This
thing
movie I was pretty
about.
indifferent to, which
Really?
is why yeah, I don't particularly remember it, which I guess means I was indifferent to it. I'm sure I had opinions, but in hindsight I'm just like,
I mean,
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean that's the general consensus of the Harry Potter
the Harry
series.
Potter movie.
Yeah.
The book was so good. I still distinctly remember like reading the
Did you
last.
like the book? I
I
didn't.
did. But then I was
Didn't
really
like
young
it.
as well, so I was really like enamored by
Hey,
the
so
whole.
was I, man.
She tied everything up so well. I mean, for all her flaws
You
and
think
everything.
so? Really?
Yeah, I think so. And I've read it more than once after that.
Oh no,
So.
I read it once. I was done.
Really?
Dinkar,
You should try it again.
which mall were you in at collecting the book at 3 a.m. in the morning? Were you at Lamsey Plaza? Because that's where I went
No,
with my
I
friend
was in
Rohit.
Pune. I think
Right.
I collected it from Landmark.
Yeah, I think you've told us this story. Yeah, that's true.
I don't particularly remember buying the book, though I do remember reading it that night and thinking, okay, I guess that's done.
All right.
It was good. It was
I didn't care much for the sudden storytelling of the whole Dumbledore family. Like I was just like,
Right.
where did that come? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Why are we getting to this now? It felt like a lot of like not backtracking, but whatever. It didn't matter. I didn't care for it.
I think you kind of got the sense, though, as like you hit book 5 and book 6, that this was not going to be an easy story to wrap up.
to wrap up, I do like
And
book
the fact
5. I
that she
think
did
that's
it
maybe my
without like
favorite.
destroying it is, I mean, look at Game of Thrones, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
Could have gone
true,
much
true.
worse.
Yeah. I mean,
We
she
could have
does-
found out she was a dick back then. That's how bad it could have gone.
I'm just gonna say that. Yeah. All right. We've given
Yeah,
Harry Potter
so
once again more
last
time. There.
thing about
Sorry. Yeah,
Harry
go
Potter.
for it. Yeah. You had a story.
Last cool thing about Harry Potter is that I went to go see the studios in the UK.
Oh,
Wow.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah, so the really cool thing when I was just there, they just added like, so it's all like exhibits of these locations, like whatever, Forbidden Forest, blah blah blah, and everything. So when I was there, they just added like the same month they just added the Gringotts exhibit, and everyone was like advertising
Nice.
and everything. What's
Galleons.
really
Sorry.
Yeah. So the really cool thing about the whole why it's not like an amusement park and it's really just like a set thing where it's all like props. It's so realistic and like you can literally stand in the actual set and
Do
you
you
see
go in
so
a
much.
in a roller coastery thing to get to like some vault or something
you
like
do.
that?
No, you don't. But the cool thing that's related to this movie is that you're in the Gringotts normal Sorcerer's Stone version where you can like go and even like talk to the goblins and they like it's all
Ah.
animatronics so they like kneel
That's
down,
awesome.
they'll
Love that.
yeah, and then right after that, so because it's not a very seamless amusement park vibe, it's like scaffolding. Suddenly you go in, and then without warning, you go in, and it's the demolished Gringotts set from this movie.
The movie. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, and then that has the dragon in it. So if you stand there, and the more crowded it gets, the dragon gets more and more agitated, and then
That's so cool.
it fully like runs towards you, and like you can feel the whole thing vibrating. It's very, very cool.
What
So-
dragon is it?
It was a Hungarian haunting, I
Nice.
think. I don't
That's
know.
the scariest one and the only one we actually see in the movie. So.
I think, but I'm not sure. And yeah, when I was there, a kid, she was screaming when the dragon. Yeah, it was very realistic.
Okay,
So
that's
that's-
awesome. That's great, man.
Yeah.
Shit. Nice. Harry Potter.
Very
I think that's the coolest thing about Harry Potter. It's just like the world building.
All the
is-
props, yeah.
Yeah, and the prop production design is
Yeah.
cool.
That's the most impressive thing about the movies, right? They
Yes.
managed to pull off that world building.
Yeah.
Chalo. Next is a little movie called Inception.
Never heard of it.
Nice indie.
Hmm.
Great film. Still a good rewatch. I know few people who don't like this movie, and every
Wait,
time
what?
every time I watch it, yeah. Every
This
time
is
I
the
watch
first I'm
it.
hearing of Inception backlash.
No, yeah. I mean, it's fine. Some people just. I mean, it's fine.
What
It's,
about
it's okay.
People still worried that they're not clear about whether it's a dream or not.
No, nothing like that. No, but I watched this movie even like now, and it's perfect, man.
It
Like
holds
it,
up,
it
yeah.
holds up so well. Maybe that last sequence is a bit excessive, like the forts level with the
Yeah.
Arctic level and all of that. But dude, it's still
But
and some of it makes no sense.
there's
But
this not it was the first sign we saw of Nolan Bro's like habit of making his sequences just really hard to understand
yeah, maybe.
visually as well. Like, sure, for my final sequence of this epic movie, I'll have
Only I
everyone wear
shall
white
understand.
and then fight in the snow. Why?
Cillian Murphy.
Camouflage.
Yeah.
Yes, I know logically, sure, but just like you chose the snow.
It's a
Just
dream.
give us something easier to watch.
It's a dream.
No, I love this movie. I think it's still
It's a great movie.
And I wish we saw
What
more
else?
of Yusuf the chemist. Is he in anything?
Yusuf
Is he?
the chemist,
Isn't he
huh?
in Tenet?
Is he in Tenet?
I think so. I don't know.
Let me
Not
let
sure.
me number crunch that real quick because I think he
Yusuf
might
Crunch.
be. Who was he in Tenet?
Yusuf the chemist.
In Tenet.
No, in Tenet. He's not in Tenet.
I think he's in Tenet, or I might be like that might be a dream. Sorry.
Okay, no. Oh wow, this is amazing. His name is Dilip Rao,
Yes.
and he is in Avatar 4
Oh, he is.
as
Good for
Dr. Max
him.
Patel. So 2026. Watch out for Dilip Rao. I'm not kidding. 2026 is when
Yeah,
Avatar 4 is
4
supposed to
releases.
come out.
Yeah.
But he was not in Tenet. No,
Interesting.
That was
he
a
has
dream.
been in several other things. Oh, including Avatar
That makes
as
sense.
Dr. Max Patel. So he's reprising his role as Dr. Max Patel.
See, this is how much I don't remember Avatar.
Hey, listen, people don't remember the main guy in Avatar. So Dr. Max Patel, I'm sure, was great.
I know
But-
Sam Worthington.
Jake Sully is his name. I only
Never heard of
recently found out. But you know what?
Inception. Yeah.
Inception. Yeah. Good. Peak Nolan?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I think so.
I felt like I had to
Peak
pick a
Nolan.
lane.
Wait,
Yeah.
peak Nolan doesn't really mean his best.
It's a very very gradual decline in form. I think like because the next is Dark Knight Rises. We know lots of people have issues with that film. I love that film personally, but I don't know if I've mentioned that. Have I mentioned that I love The Dark Knight Rises? I don't know. Anyway, but
We should talk about it.
Gotta watch
Uh,
that one of these days.
after that was what Interstellar. I think that movie has plenty that is weird with it, but I let it go. I still
What's so
enjoy it.
weird with it? He's a farmer who's going.
Okay, yes.
What's
If you put anything in that style, you can say, yeah, he's a farmer who goes to space. What's wrong with that? There's so many things wrong with that. No, there's so many things wrong. Not wrong, but like there's so many gaps in information that kind of make it. And he expects you to kind of follow. In his previous films, it's okay, it's understandable because you kind of have a better idea of what the plot is. But in Interstellar, it bugged me the most. But like I've said before, it brings it home. And then post that is what he did Dunkirk, which we know is not everyone's favorite, and we have Tenet, which is wildly divisive. And even though I like that also, so for me it's not a very like steep decline. It's just a
But if we are comparing, I would say maybe Inception is
it's just one of
the
his- I think it's
best
his
version
movie.
of everything he does.
Yes.
There might
Yeah.
be, like, you could argue, like, one of my favorite Nolan movies is Insomnia, but
But
very
you're
different
weird,
from-
and nobody cares about that. So
I'm a hipster. I'm a hipster douche, but I would not say it's not my favorite Nolan movie. But it's not his house style really.
Yes.
It's him doing something.
he was commissioned to
different.
work. That's Insomnia, right?
No, he wrote it.
Yeah, but it's still like it's
he's trying more of a, like, that was a
he's
genuine.
trying to please
psychological
clients
thriller
also
situation.
a little bit in that.
Maybe.
Yeah, the
What about-
casting.
What
and-
about The Prestigious?
I think The Prestige may be his best film, but I think Inception
Possibly.
is Inception is his best work. I'd say, like,
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, it kind of.
comprehensive.
It's the ideal Nolan representative if you had to pick one.
It's the ambassador to other.
It's the ambassador.
Yeah, fair enough.
Give us your
has
best
to
Nolan
be
bro,
best.
Richie.
Best Nolan bro.
As in your best Nolan bro film.
What's your bro?
Oh, I was like, my best Nolan bro. I'm like talking to both of them right now.
Hey,
I take it
Probably-
with pride. It's fine.
Probably Inception is the one. I watched it
Yeah.
really recently. I watched Inception and Interstellar And when I say recently, in lockdown, so that could be like yesterday or like 6 months ago.
It was
so,
6 months ago.
Yeah,
All right,
no, I
let's
think
talk
it's
about
definitely enjoy.
Has you? Why
Inception.
do you say that? Because your perception of time has been forevermore changed. Yes.
Speaking of forever, the next film on our list, number 5 highest grossing film, Shrek Forever After.
Cancel.
Pages go.
Next.
Do you remember anything about Shrek Forever
No,
After?
and nobody does because it
really.
doesn't exist. They just
No,
did
I
the marketing
remember.
campaign. No, they just did the marketing campaign, but they never released it. And that's literally why you can't remember it, because it didn't exist. It was just
The
like,
Shrek
hey man,
series-
we don't have the money to make another Shrek film, so let's just do the promotional work. We'll drop a trailer, and then we'll say, yeah, it came out. And in about 10 years, no one's gonna remember the plot anyway. So it's almost like it did come out.
Fair enough. Next up, the Twilight Saga, Eclipse.
I haven't seen.
I'm
this yet.
aware of this.
Hey, Richie, have you seen any of these movies?
I have.
Dinka?
I've read all of.
You've read all of them also. Okay, cool. So
I
then
have not. Our friend Vidhi has been chasing
I
me
think
to
it's
watch
time.
it of late.
I think it's
Apparently, because they're seeing
No,
a
but then
resurgence
she's
on
a-
TikTok.
Why? What kind of research?
I'm not on.
Because
TikTok.
the
But then
TikTok
I have-
kids are like of the perfect age to have watched and liked Twilight, no?
I don't
Okay.
know. No, I know she's a fan. Like, but then she is a fan. I've seen them and read them. I'm not really a fan.
I've seen them and read them and texted the cast members, but I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan because so I read all of them right after like the fourth one had come out, and I was in a bookstore buying other important things, and then it was all like the promotion was like the end of a saga, blah, blah, blah. And I told my mom, I was like, I can't be like left
One
out of this.
last
You have to,
ride.
yeah, you have to buy me all of it. And she bought me all 4 books. And then she was like, but you can't read them. Classic, like Mario. You can't read them because you have exams now. So you can't read them for the next 2 weeks, and then I'm going to give you all of them. But this is me. So I snuck the first one out, and I read them when I should have been studying.
That
And,
makes complete sense.
Yeah, so I read them, but and this is me, when I read them, I was like, 12, I think. I think I was 12. My first reaction, sorry, Vidhi and every other like Twilight fan, I was like, there's so much talking. Like, they're just talking, and there's no vampire stuff, and they're just being like mushy and romantic, and that's fine, but that's not what I signed. I was like, where are
What
the
did
vampires?
you sign up for? Like vampire stuff?
Yeah, I'm like a person who reads like comic books. I was like, dude, this is like about vampires. Give me the juice, and they had nothing of this sort. And then, so I got to
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
read the other 3, as in I had nothing else to do. My mom took me on vacation to Punjab to visit my grandparents, and I had nothing to do. So I was locked in the room reading the other 3 books. The 4th one is like a brick. It's massive.
So
And-
Eclipse is which one is it? Last one?
It's the 3rd one.
What's New Dawn? What's Dawn? Breaking
New
Dawn.
Moon is the 2nd one.
Breaking
and
Dawn.
then they
Catching
and
Fire.
they Deathly Hallows the last book, which is Breaking Dawn.
Breaking
What is the last
Dawn.
one? Deathly Hallows.
Breaking
It's Catching
Dawn.
Fire, dude.
Right.
Mockingjay.
I've never seen those movies.
Okay, I
Hungry.
will say I probably will never see them. Who knows? But
No, Dinkar, don't say such a thing, man.
okay, fine.
Okay,
I
if
will watch them
you-
right. I will watch them
If
tonight.
you guys watch Twilight, I'll watch Fast and Furious.
Oh,
That's it.
easy. Easy.
Okay,
Yes.
done. Here's the deal.
That is so easy. That's the
I
easiest
haven't
deal
watched
I've-
Fast and Furious either. So
Yeah, but
perhaps-
Dinkar's dumb. Okay, Dinkar's favorite Nolan film is Insomnia. Okay, so just
I did say it was
just
my
for
favorite.
reference.
I say I enjoyed.
Anyway,
Look, the
point
Twilight
of
gave us some banging soundtracks, and
Yeah, that's-
it gave us Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart, right?
And to Aryan's point in the comments, I hate Twilight, but Robert Pattinson is awesome.
I
So,
know.
yeah, okay, you know what? I'll watch Twilight. I think I think Abhimanyu would enjoy it also. So
Eclipse is the one that started the team Edward.
Team
Jacob.
Edward and Team
What?
who?
That's not a thing throughout?
No,
No,
dude.
because she's dating. I'll tell you. You don't have to.
We're good.
Look.
We're good.
Hmm.
It's
She's
fine.
dating him. She's dating him in the first one. Or
Right.
she
What's it,
won't.
Ruchi? You didn't enjoy the first book, yet you continued onward and finished the rest.
Yeah, because I'm
I get
like
that.
I am now. I had to know. I can't be like left out of pop culture things. I'm the same.
No, I don't buy this. But
I
anyway,
watched Dexter all the way through as well, so you know how I am.
Next up,
Anyway.
Iron Man 2.
thank you. Worst MCU
Favorite.
movie. Next.
Right? Easily the worst.
Easily
All
the
right,
worst.
next.
People keep saying Thor: The Dark World is the worst. I'd say get your head out of your arse.
Why would you say
Like-
that?
Oh, just separately as a separate thing. And then,
I see.
and then they tell me Iron Man 2 is the worst. I was like, was better than Thor. I'm just like, oh, okay, do it again. Anyway,
Iron Man 2
Alright.
is the introduction of anyway.
Justin Hammer, you're right.
Yeah,
Oh, Black Widow
Uh,
also, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
Correct,
That's what
yes.
I.
She has a movie out now.
Is she not
Yeah,
introduced
tomorrow.
changing in the back of a cab while Happy ogles her? That was a different time,
Is that
Classic.
a scene?
wasn't it?
I've not seen this movie in a while, I think. I think
I'm
the last
pretty
time we
sure
saw
that
Iron Man
happened.
2 was when we did the marathon.
I remember watching it then and thinking like, this is a little like, I mean,
But then hasn't
Like-
Scarlett Johansson gone through her career just being like overtly sexualized left, right, and center? Like,
Yes.
The whole. Her voice has.
unfortunately for her, yes.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Anyway.
She's on. The
That's
top,
why she
she's at
wants
the,
to play trees, you see.
She's at the top of her game
Yes.
now.
She is. She's killing it.
She's killing it.
An underrated gem next. Tangled.
Yo,
Love that.
love this movie.
No, good.
Still the most expensive animated
Zachary
movie
Levi.
made ever. So.
Really? Still?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
That's surprising. Why? Purely because of her hair.
because of the watercolor treatment that they gave to all the backdrops.
Oh, I see.
Apparently, it was a very difficult, time-consuming technique. But you know what? I think okay. Here's a
Is it a hot take?
It's not a hot take. It's I'd say a lukewarm take. But is Tangled the beginning of the next era of like reigning Disney films? Like like the best Disney films that we like the new golden era.
I feel like we say this a lot about various films.
But then a
so
lot
I
of
don't
people.
know.
Oh yeah, can you tell us the Disney movie that preceded it and came after it? Maybe it'll give us a little more
Let me
context.
tell you.
Because I'm very curious to know. I think Tangled was the first in recent memory that made me pay attention to Disney films again. Like I want to say, I think what came out before this, The Princess and the Frog, and while that is a lovely film,
Tangled is.
Tangled is definitely like a step in the right direction for Disney animation.
And he's such a common crush for everybody.
Who? Flynn Rider? You mean Eugene? Yeah, I thought this movie is really, really good. Great soundtrack. Another banger by Alan Menken. And we actually did one of the songs that Ramya, Rifa, myself, we did it at Super Scary Awesome a couple years ago. 3 years ago. Jesus Christ. Anyway,
3 years ago?
Yeah. 2019
Good
was 3
lord.
years ago, right? 2 years ago.
Okay, so I mean, tough one because a lot of these I just don't remember coming out. But Tangled, before that, Mars Needs Moms,
Yeah, that was
Cars 2, which
that
is
was supposed to
Pixar.
be that Masni's Mom was supposed to be a theatrical release, but
Yes.
it wasn't good enough, and they just made it straight to DVD.
So let's not count that.
Don't
Cars
count
2, which is Pixar.
Yes,
Winnie the Pooh in 2011, which I
Amazing.
did not remember at all.
a lovely film, but again, that's an IP that has existed before, so a long time IP. So they've
So
made
okay, like
several
let's,
Winnie the
let's,
Pooh films.
I'm looking.
So
I'm
excluded.
looking at a list of all Disney stuff. So I'm just trying to like
Yeah,
sort out the Disney specific ones. Planes, which was a offshoot.
yeah,
Disney
and
stuff.
yeah, we can't. That's straight to DVD, so we don't count that either. I'm saying what is
Big
that?
Hero 6.
Exactly.
Ah.
Boom.
Oh
I
wait,
make
no,
my
that's
point.
2014. I've been going
Ah,
with
that's the
other
worst.
direction.
Okay, I'm sorry. Then I take back my claim because I think Big Hero 6 sucks, but nobody seems to agree with me.
Okay,
Anurag
Princess and the
Nair,
Frog was 2009.
That's
the
what I
closest
figured.
we get. Yeah.
Anurag Nair says the most randomest guess, but the Disney Snapchat filter shows Linguini for guys and Rapunzel for girls.
Probably, yeah.
I want to be Linguini. Like famously, Ratatouille is like my favorite.
You can't keep saying that about everything, Ruchi. Anyway, Arun Panikkar says Social Network is 2010 also, so we might get
It
to
is. So okay, we gotta rush through these now because we're barely at number 9 and I haven't even reached notables. This
Yeah,
is just
yeah.
highest grossing.
No, but first
So
we have to decide whether Ratatouille or Monsters Inc. is Ruchi's favorite
those
Pixar
aren't
film.
2010 films.
I know, but we're just doing
Monsters
this.
Inc. Is my favorite, but Ratatouille is like what I want to be.
This
Does that
is
make
this
sense?
is impossible. All right, Monsters at Work is out now on Disney Plus. All right, let's move on.
So 8, 9, and 10 are all animated. So there's Tangled. Then there's Despicable Me.
Never
A good
got into
movie, I
those, but yeah, I enjoy the first one. I think yes. you're right.
Exactly. I think the first one is.
But the
pretty
first one
solid.
doesn't have Kristen Wiig in it, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No,
The
it does
second
not.
one.
Oh. Okay, then.
I think the second one is not bad either. It's the.
Yeah, I've seen it also.
Yeah. How to Train Your Dragon is number 10.
The first one?
Yes, the first
Oh,
one.
yo, that movie is mint. That's great. I love that movie.
Also very good. Yeah.
Movie I've not gotten back to in a while. Maybe I should.
Sure.
A lot of animated stuff.
Yeah, because animated stuff is fucking great. That's why it takes 5 years and a brain to make that kind of stuff, man.
5 out of 10 animated.
Nice. I'm so happy.
The
Very good.
only original, I would say, Toy Story franchise, Alice in Wonderland would be counted as a franchise.
It has 2 movies, so.
Yes, but this was the first one, and there was no.
And they made, yeah, it's
expectation
a
of a sequel
franchise
at that
because
point.
they made so much merch out of it. They must have made more. That's why it greenlit a sequel, because it's just like so prevalent on children's lunchboxes and the like.
So the only non-sequel original properties are Despicable Me and Inception.
I think
suppose.
Inception was notable for that reason alone, that it was an original
True.
IP which is very, very complex and
that
science
remains an
fiction.
incredible feat to this day. So
Yes.
you know,
True,
in
true,
fact, it
true.
only gets harder.
Pacific Rim also comes to mind, but anyway.
All right, let's talk award-winning films.
Okay, let's race through some of these.
Yeah, critically acclaimed, shall we say? The
Mhm.
King's Speech.
I actually love this movie. I know a lot of people don't think it should deserve to have won, and maybe that's true. But I enjoy watching Jeffrey Rush and Colin Firth, Helena Bonham Carter. Those 3 are great. That's the whole movie. It's like a play almost, man. Like, you know, it's just it's a pleasant watch, very low stakes, and sweet and endearing.
Which is why it was surprising to people, I think, that it won. Right?
Yeah.
It seemed so.
It was not edgy or breaking the the boundaries for cinema by any means, but but yeah, I liked it. Good movie.
What do you think, Richie?
It's good, but look at Helena Bonham Carter, worst and best. She's in both of them in the same year.
Unfortunately.
What? Which is Alice in Wonderland? You mean?
Yeah,
I
she's
would
in
say
it.
she's great in both. She might
She's
be the best thing
great.
about Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway as well, actually. She's really campy and weird.
Don't remember.
Anyway,
She
King's
was in that
Speech is
movie.
In Alice
Yeah,
in
they're
Wonderland,
sisters.
yeah.
As who?
She's sisters with Helena Bonham Carter. And they hate each other. And
Is this in the book? I don't remember this.
I'm looking at.
Okay.
So this
By the way,
was
is
also-
Alice in Wonderland Alice in Wonderland, or is it Through the Looking Glass? There's 2 books,
that's
right?
the sequel.
No, I'm saying like in terms of the books, which one is this movie? Is
It's
it?
neither.
It's
It's a weird. So they take a lot of elements, and in fact, not even elements. They take terms like they take the Jabberwocky from the poem Jabberwocky, which is in Through the Looking Glass,
Right,
and then
right.
just create a whole other story around it.
Man, Disney.
They just took words
is this
and
the
characters.
first remake that they did?
Of
Is-
Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, I mean, you know how Disney remakes all its cartoons, right? So is this the first one that did that?
Probably. Right?
I guess, but I wouldn't call it a
Live
remake at all. Like the animated Alice in Wonderland is pretty faithful to the books, and it's quite nice.
I love it. It's great.
Yeah, this is just a weird. It's fan fiction.
Anyway, the King's Speech is great.
All right, sorry. Let's move on.
It did bring Tom Hooper to the world's attention.
I
though,
do.
so
I do like him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have my doubts about him. I don't think
he
he's
made.
very good.
I know he's made some bummer films of late. Cats,
I
I
think
think
he's
is
made
his.
some decent ones.
made
but
Atonement,
I
right?
don't know if he has anything to do with them.
No, that's
Joe Wright. Sorry.
yeah.
Ian McKellen. is Atonement. Is this
No,
true?
no, no. Joe Wright.
Joe
is,
Wright.
Joe Wright is
Joe Wright. Ian McKellen.
People
is
don't
right.
like Joe Wright also, dude. What's going on?
I just watched a movie that Joe Wright made, which is trash.
Which one is it called?
The Woman in the Window.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Yeah. So,
That's a Joe Wright.
but he
movie.
made Atonement, man. Anyway, okay. Let's
Yeah,
move on.
Atonement.
Let's move on.
This
Social
man has
Network.
made The King's Speech,
Then.
Danish Girl, Les Miserables, and Cats.
Ah,
And-
not great.
I watched.
Even the decent
watched
ones out of these, I don't think he has much to do with. You know?
Is he a Ron Howard? I'm sorry, I can't believe I'm saying that about Ron Howard.
Yeah, I like Ron.
I mean,
Howard.
I love Ron Howard, but what is Ron Howard? No one will ever know.
He's
What is
he's
Ron
where we
Howard's
need him to
style?
be.
Exactly. He's a animal.
All right, next, The Social Network.
I obviously love this
Amazing
movie. It's
movie.
my boy.
Yeah. It's your boys,
Yeah.
right? The Winklevi.
David Fincher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and also tasked with introducing Army Hammer to the world. Were better or worse for it? I don't know.
I think David Fincher knew exactly what he was doing.
What?
Yeah.
When he introduced Army Hammer? to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
world?
He was just like, I know who this guy is.
this is what he's like. Yeah, and the
Nobody
Social
knew
Network
back
also,
then.
I'm just joking.
the Social Network's also peak Sorkin, by the way. The pace of dialogue in that movie is just like, oh my god, like no one stops talking for even like a minute, and that's
It's a combination that could easily have been like insufferable, but they really nailed it.
Yeah.
It's great. I think this movie is awesome. And it introduced me also to Andrew Garfield, I remember, who was
He's
great.
brilliant,
He's really, really good in this. And
unsung.
yeah. And
And he didn't get nominated for an Oscar for that, which is a shame.
He was
Dakota
good.
Johnson is in this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, and I love that scene.
And JT also.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that?
Uh,
We don't know.
Sean Parker. Okay.
You know what's cooler than The Social Network? The Kids Are All Right. Do you guys remember this?
I didn't see it.
It's a very nice movie. It's Mark Ruffalo, Julianne Moore, and the name escapes me off the top of my head. But basically, it's about Julianne Moore and her wife, who have these like two teenage to college age kids who are moving away, and then Julianne Moore starts having an affair with Mark Ruffalo. It's very sweet.
Wait, have I seen this movie? It sounds
might
like,
have.
I
yeah, it
have
sounds like a
I
plot that
don't
I've
remember
seen.
it.
Anyway.
It's good, is what I'll say. More
As in
people
it's-
should watch
It's
it.
all right.
No, it's quite good, really. It's just that it's very like King's Speech, not high stakes. It's very slice of lifey and
So it's
very,
not like the
a,
Social
it's not a social network, but it's just a really, really well-made indie that people should watch. Because you make a really well-made indie, people forget it 11 years later. You make a well-made prestige film and you get an Oscar for it.
And you make a terrible movie and it wins all the fucking box offices around the world.
Oh, we're talking about Green Book, right?
What?
That's what you're talking
Oh, you want your favorite
about.
films? Okay.
Speaking of prestige films, Black Swan.
Cool movie,
That
man.
is someone else's boy that I constantly have arguments with. But yeah, but he's
Whose
fine.
boy is Aronofsky?
Who's Aronofsky's
One
boy?
of my friends
Ah,
who
I
else.
see.
I like Aronofsky. I think he's great. I can't watch some of
Have
his
you
movies.
watched Mother?
No, I haven't seen that, but I love
It's
The
great.
Fountain. And
It's great because that's peak him.
I like this movie as well. I like Black Swan. I thought it was great.
I don't know. I feel like Aronofsky is cool, but he has this tendency to go like really pretentious, like Black Swan is.
Really? I
Of
mean, but
course.
that's the whole thing. I mean, I don't know.
I
I could
love Winona
appreciate
Ryder
it
in
from
this, I will
afar.
have to say. Winona Ryder in this that's like the career that I want her to have. Like she should do more weird things. Like
She did
this.
Alien Resurrection and started off her career with a bang. Anyway,
All right, next, The Fighter.
love this movie. Last good movie David O. Russell
Very good.
made.
Is it? What do you
What?
make after?
Joy, American Hustle. Nah.
American Hustle's okay. It's
Oh,
not,
dude, no,
bad.
no. Sorry.
Let me see. David O. Russell.
So bad. So bad.
I have my suspicions about him anyway. He's
He's
a
making
weirdo.
something right now that has like everyone in it, right?
That's
like
American
every-
Hustle.
Like, I feel like everything he makes has everyone in it.
Yeah.
There's something coming up.
Yeah, it's called the Untitled David O. Russell Project. apparently.
Nice.
It's
Great,
got Christian
catchy
Bale,
title.
Margot Robbie, John David Washington, Rami Malek, Zoe Saldana, Robert De Niro, Mike Myers, Timothy Olyphant, Michael Shannon. Holy shit, you weren't kidding. Everyone.
Everyone's either in this movie or they're in the what's that? Adam McKay, Jennifer Lawrence, Leonardo DiCaprio
Right.
comedy. Yeah.
Michael
I know
Shannon,
that.
Chris Rock, Anya Taylor-Joy, Taylor Swift. Sure.
Yeah, Dinkar's gonna watch it now for sure.
Yeah, because I watch David Russell movies.
Right.
All right. There's Barney's version. Fine. Burlesque. Sure. Tooth Fairy.
With
That's The Rock, right?
It is The Rock.
oh,
Yeah. I remember.
Have you guys seen that? I have not.
I've seen
on
that.
Star Movies probably.
Yeah.
It
May-
looks bad.
This is the one that he has to be.
A Tooth Fairy, believe it or not.
Yeah.
No, this is the one where he has to like take care of a kid.
That's the plot of 3 other films. But yes,
I know. That's a vague one.
the game
That's
plan
the-
is also the same.
The game plan is what I'm thinking.
I love that one.
might
That's
have seen
great.
it too. Yeah,
That
yeah.
he plays Elvis songs in that. It's really nice.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
And he's an athlete in that, and yeah,
yeah.
that's the one.
I mean, it's hard to. It's like, what can we cast him as? Like,
You all have opinions
He's a
on.
bodyguard. He's an athlete. He's a something.
I mean, the easy formula for comedy with The Rock was put him next to a kid.
I mean,
right?
that's
You
the
can see where
that's
they're
a,
coming from.
that's the oldest trick in the book. I mean, they started that with Arnie and Sylvester Stallone. So
True.
yeah. I have some notable mentions from 2010, if I may.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Okay. First off, a movie called The Losers, which I quite liked. It's
I
based
know
on a
it not.
graphic novel of the same name, starring Chris Evans, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, bunch of other people, Zoe Saldana, I think. Yeah, it was nice, man. It was cool. Like it was like it was one of those kind of graphic novel adaptations like Wanted and the like. That wasn't that bad. Like there's this one group of movies like Kick-Ass. I'd say is like probably the more
Also from this year, by the way.
2010 as well, right?
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Kick-Ass, this Red, Retired, Extremely Dangerous with Bruce Willis, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So all of these movies kind of come under that category. The Losers wasn't the worst one of the lot. That was quite nice.
Is it a Mark Miller situation?
I think so. I mean, it's such a Mark Miller style,
Right.
book, but I can't remember. It's a DC Comics guy, so I'm not sure. But yeah, that's a movie that is okay, and I think like kind of not really talked about that much. Then you guys, hello, forget everything. The Zack Snyder's best movie of all time came out in this year. Anybody want to
Justice
venture?
League, the Snyder Cut.
No, in 2010. Oh, the Flash goes back. No, not that.
Yeah.
No, does anybody care to venture a guess?
In 2010? What, Sucker
How
Punch
did you
came out in
get-
2010?
No, I said his best movie.
Well, I don't know
Sucker
what you're defining as his best.
I know it's not a very, it's not
Sucker
a
Punch, right?
deep pool of. No, it's not Sucker
It
Punch.
can't be 300.
No, I shall tell you. It is an animated film called Legend of the Guardians: The Owls of
Oh,
Ga'Hoole.
right. Yes, that is on
There's
my
a-
list of notables. I forgot that was Zack Snyder.
Yeah. We all do because it's actually decent. Anyway,
Give me the full title again. Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole.
The Owls of Ga'Hoole.
And where does the apostrophe appear? After the GA.
Yes, and there's a capital H after that.
Why don't you call it Gahoot?
I think
It's the owls.
I think because there was somebody who did exactly that, and he was just like, "No, man, I gotta stick with my vision," or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's only got 52% of Rotten Tomatoes, but I remember it being quite sweet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Seems dumb.
Did you see it?
No, because it seemed dumb.
No, that's all right. It's not his worst movie. I mean, it's quite possibly his best movie.
You're not mentioning one that's been like lighting up the response sticker.
Oh, yeah, give us the response. Because
Okay,
I've
let's
got
go
a
through
lot of
some.
notable mentions,
Let's
so
go
let's
through
like
the-
jump around randomly.
Let's
give
go,
us
let's
the
go.
responses.
No, I mean, I'm surprised like we haven't mentioned this at Scott
Because
Pilgrim.
so far it's been neither exactly not highest grossing, not award winning. It's in notables.
Yeah, and it's so many people said.
I will be Jishnu in this episode and say, so what, man? Why should that movie be on this list?
Does he not like this movie?
He
This is
doesn't
like
like-
the first.
Jishnu famously loves Edgar Wright and hates Scott Pilgrim.
It makes no sense.
It's
I'm sure he
perfect.
loves
I love
it,
it. I love it. I love that. It's one of my
He loves
favorite
this new
Jishnu takes.
trailer. What's this new movie called? Last Night in Soho.
Uh-huh.
Oh god, it looks so horrible, that trailer.
I wouldn't.
All his like stands are gonna eat it up. Anyway,
Oh,
it's
God.
fine.
I don't like his latest stuff. I don't know.
Baby Driver.
What is his latest stuff?
Baby Driver, basically. I didn't like
I
that.
think Baby Driver is pretty good.
Shutter Island, guys. Big year for Leo, by the way.
Oh,
Like
great!
massive.
Finally, a good Scorsese film to talk about.
Oh.
What?
You know, of late, I recently saw
Listen,
Casino
man,
again.
I think like all of us get into this edgelord zone a little too much.
No.
Shutter Island's a good movie.
I said Shutter Island is great, and you know why? Because it's not about 4 gangsters fucking blowing up a
Oh,
place.
God.
Or Jesus Christ, I'm so done with that. Oh my gosh, I saw
Also,
Casino
you're not gonna
again.
be watching the Sopranos prequel.
No, I'm good.
What is
Anyway,
this last thing?
no, I see. Everybody's a big fan of Sopranos, and I'm sure it'll be good.
It's
But
not a Scorsese.
no, I'm just saying. I saw Casino again recently, and I just could not get into it. It just kept annoying me.
I think Casino's
every-
a little indulgent.
It's so.
personally.
It's just do a podcast, man. Just do a whole podcast instead of doing a movie which has voiceover over every single scene. I know that's the way they speak and everything.
All right.
But like,
No
come
more
on.
Scorsese hate.
But okay, no, but Shutter Island. 1 second. Shutter Island is a fantastic film which I have rewatched several times and I love it.
Yeah. Brilliant. And it's also
Because it
the
has
type
a
of
plot.
thing that,
Anyway,
God,
That's-
it's also the type of like genre that I would like eat up. Even if it wasn't Martin Scorsese, like I would, if it was bad, I'd still be like sick, great, love this movie. So, all right, Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
I haven't seen or read these books, but I hear they're quite
No.
popular.
My
with
brother,
the
when he
youths.
was, I think he's read all of them because I see the entire series around our house like I've crossed it quite a bit. I've never read any of them, but I've seen the
Crossed
movies.
it.
Yeah,
We have
it's
crossed
always
paths.
periphery.
That's a ringing endorsement.
Yeah, it's always like I catch a glimpse of this fucking series like at some point. But I have seen this movie. I haven't read it though. But it's cute. Anyway, Prince of Persia. Stands of
What
Time.
stuff?
Not worst off. I mean, it's quite watchable if you want to do nothing that
Jake Gyllenhaal.
day. when
I'd
you're-
rather do nothing. It's not. You're right. It might not be outright.
It's
terrible,
a
but
Star
just-
Movies night.
It's a whole lot of bleh.
Yes. I'll tell
It's
you
a
a
Star
movie
Movies
which is
night.
fucking amazing and which is underrated, and it's a Denzel Washington classic as far as Abhimanyu and I are concerned.
Unstoppable.
No, Unstoppable is great. Actually, Unstoppable is amazing also. What can I say?
Isn't Unstoppable from 2010?
It's not. I mean, I haven't
Which
seen
one
it
is
yet.
this then?
It's
What are you talking
The
about?
Book of Eli.
Right.
Dude, that movie is so good. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
It is so awesome.
Solid.
Oh my
love that
god, no
movie.
wait. Yeah, this is like from my friend. So of course he knew like what I would like. He says Drive. My friend Oscar says
Ah.
Drive.
Drive was 2010?
Wow.
Yeah.
No, was it?
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on. That can't be
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it is from
Drive
2010.
movie.
Yes, yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of people said
No,
due
wait,
date.
Drive 2011, friends.
Oh, Oscar.
Yeah, put it in. Just cut it out of here and put it in that episode.
also, Unstoppable did release in 2010. But
I
here's my
thought so.
here's my only
So,
issue with
2010
Unstoppable.
was Book of Eli and Unstoppable. You
Yes,
said
Denzel Washington playing
Book of Denzel, as far as I'm concerned.
The titular Unstoppable guy. Anyway, listen, I will say this.
he played the Unstoppable.
I mean, rest in peace, Tony Scott. But there's something about Tony Scott's style that is so, it's really hard to watch. It's so distinct. Like there's,
Really?
Tony Scott's style, right? Like when movies begin,
Yes.
it's got these really kind of hard film flares and these really slow
And
motion.
I highly enjoy it.
I mean, it gets so egregious. I'm saying go back and watch a Tony
That's
Scott
his thing,
film.
though.
I know it's his thing, but it's just like it gets a little much after a while. Just trust me. Like, go back and watch
I
one. You're
know
just like,
what you mean.
What was I doing? It's like the Suicide Squad kind of like each era has its kind of weird edit
Yeah,
style.
Yeah, he kind of defines that era.
Yeah. So I mean, not to take away nothing from it, like it was very distinct, and he definitely owned that space. But afterward, the movie is great. though. Unstoppable is great. I mean, they made it about a train, and only Tony
That was
Scott
not
can take.
stoppable.
Yeah, only Tony Scott can take suburban or like urban kind of settings and make them like action classics. So. Love Unstoppable. I mean, love Denzel, and Chris Pine is great in this as well. I did want to bring up one more movie, which I think is one of my favorite like comedy films, which is called The Other Guys. This movie
I have.
is so funny, dude. It is like
pretty good.
some of my favorite jokes. Is it an Adam McKay film? I think it is.
It's Adam
It
McKay.
is.
It may be one of my favorite Adam McKay films, just because like there are some jokes in this which are so classic. Like Michael Keaton, who plays the captain of the police, but it doesn't pay enough, so he has to work at a Bed Bath and Beyond also at the same time, and he goes and bosses his staff over there also like they're like the squad. It's just so good. And the other amazing joke, again, Michael Keaton is just a star in this. The other really good joke in this film is where he keeps dropping TLC lyrics
And
as
not
part-
recognizing
and not
the TLC
recogni-
lyrics. Yeah.
and why he does it, but it's just brilliant. And Michael Keaton, man, like as a comedic, as comic relief, like brilliant in this film. Yeah, love this movie. Really, really funny.
Let me throw some more notables at you. Give us a
A couple of
hot take
people said
situations.
due date, and I haven't seen this.
I haven't seen that either.
Blue Date.
Due date.
Oh, Due
Due
Date.
Date. No.
I think it was Robert Downey Jr.'s like one of his rare films in between the Iron Man. I think this may be his last film.
It's a
This and The
Todd
Judge.
Phillips situation. It's
It
Robert
is.
Downey
Oh.
Jr. and Zach Galifianakis. This
It
was
is.
one of his follow-ups. I think it was between Hangovers 2 and 3 or something like that.
Oh my God, Todd Phillips.
It's
Alright.
fine. It's more of
Why
the
would you
same.
hate on Martin Scorsese when Todd Phillips is right there?
What did I say, man?
Underrated comedy. Speaking of, MacGruber came out this year.
Love
Highly
MacGruber.
underrated.
love the character. The movie is
Karate
fine.
Kid.
I think the movie's
It's good, yeah, it's good.
It's
I mean, it's-
unfairly maligned.
It can't be as good as the sketches, but
True.
it's great. It takes some of the
Yeah,
best
and-
sketches into the film actually, but yeah, it's solid.
Okay, Easy A, starring A.
Love
Marstone.
Easy A.
Very good movie.
What a
That's very
what a breezy watch.
Solid. And all right, more. Give us hot takes. The Town.
Actually, like
I actually really like it. Yeah, it's good.
great.
Well
it's
done.
part of his trilogy of films, right? Like he did
How so?
Gone Baby Gone, he did The Town, and he did Argo.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you mean it's like a trilogy in the sense that he made 3 films?
Yeah, as in like his first 3 are in that same kind of space. Does that make sense? Gone Baby Gone
What
and
is
Town
your
are different, I
favorite-
guess.
What is
Like,
your favorite Ben Affleck
Are they all
movie?
set in Boston?
It's possible. I think
What
I'm,
Gone like directed Ben Affleck directed movie?
Yeah.
Argo.
And
is
why
fine.
is it
Gone
Live
Baby
by
Gone.
Night? And why is it Live by Night?
Okay, I
haven't
know
seen
people.
Live
I
by
know
Night.
people don't like Live by Night, and it's not great.
It was fun.
It
No,
was-
it was fun. I watched.
No, it's not great. Let's be honest, it's not great. But I was very, very excited for it. Like I was very excited.
I know,
for it.
same.
In fact, I get generally quite excited about Ben Affleck films these days, just because like of the
Yeah, what
quality
is
of
this
these
new
films.
one?
Uh,
What
the-
is this new one with Matt Damon?
Oh, I don't
what's
know
the
about
period?
that.
Oh,
And the last one I
either.
saw of his was
They are all
the-
set in Boston. Maybe that's why they feel like a trilogy.
the Way Back is the last movie I
The
saw.
Way
With,
I haven't
didn't-
seen that.
He didn't
Gavin-
direct The Way Back, did he?
No, Gavin Hood or Gavin O'Connor, one of them directed. The same guy did The Accountant. So I was like, okay, this is automatically at the top of my list, and it was
Sure.
quite a good movie as well. Yeah, very like personal film for Ben Affleck, I think. So yeah, it was
You should
quite
do another one with Fincher.
good. Yeah, good,
Perhaps. 127 hours.
great film, great film.
Another person who's been cancelled since Army Hammer.
Ooh,
and-
Danny Boyle? Oh, James Franco's. What was I saying? There's only one other option. Anyway,
Dude, he paid like people off in millions. How much? What has he done? Anyway, that's an aside.
sad end.
A very good movie that I'm surprised doesn't show up in any list. So this won no awards. True Grit,
Oh my God!
Haven't
starring
seen
a
it.
Haley
very young Haley
Steinfeld,
Steinfeld. Yes,
You got nominated for an Oscar for this.
she did get nominated for an Oscar, and now she stars in Dickinson. So great career arc.
And Hawkeye.
And she's
Four
in
Lions,
Bumblebee.
very good movie.
Dinka's favorite Transformer movie.
Yeah, actually.
So bad.
What? It's a solid movie.
I did enjoy it, but anyway.
Okay, someone said Karate Kid in the responses, and you have
Yes.
to.
Okay, Karate Kid. Does
I
this?
hate it here.
Yeah, classic line. It's a baby Smith in that, and
He's
the
adorable.
now so the real relevance of this film comes upon us now as Cobra Kai kind of really gains popularity is on season 4, and Cobra Kai has said nothing is outside the realm of being included within our show. They've brought back characters from literally all 3 original Karate Kid films, and as well and they're thinking of including maybe Hilary Swank who was the star of the next Karate
The
Kid.
last Karate Kid.
Well, she was the
Before
next
this
Karate,
Karate
Kid.
Kid.
She was the last
Right.
one technically.
Right.
So is Jaden Smith's Karate Kid in universe in the Miyagi verse as they call it? We shall find out.
I never saw this Karate Kid, but you're telling me it's not a remake. It's like
It's not a remake. It's just a new film because even Jackie
It
Chan, who
used,
plays the Miyagi kind of character, he's not.
I
It
see.
used a really seminal song from that time. It used the song called "Remember the Name" by Fort Minor.
It did, and it also had a song which had Jaden Smith and Justin Bieber called "Never Say Never." I want to say,
All
Oh,
right.
lovely.
yeah.
They're friends, I think.
Was
right?
Remember the
They're-
Name from 2010?
around the time, right? Like, didn't he like break off to do his own thing around like 2008 ish?
I don't remember.
Okay, guys.
I think like he was doing Fort Minor on and off.
Guys, it's time to rattle off some film titles and give me your epic.
The
or
Human
fail.
Centipede first sequence.
Not seen.
Really?
Not seen it.
Yeah, Jishnu should have been here to
Okay.
explain that. one.
Remember Me.
I don't know this.
Okay, it's a Robert Pattinson. Night and Day,
Oh, my mom loves.
Starring Tom Cruise.
starring Hrithik Roshan and Katrina Kaif.
Correct. What is that called? Kites.
Bang Bang.
No. Bang Bang. Yes.
My mom loves Night and Day. No slander. But she's a Tom Cruise fan, so
I mean, what's not to love? Date Night.
I don't know.
Nice. I like it.
Love it. Great movie.
It's a bit of a shame that Tina Fey didn't really go in that direction because she does have the acting chops.
She
She
does-
just didn't write very good movies for herself. I don't know if she wrote
I'm not
Date
sure
Night.
if she did, but it's a
Might not
perfectly
have.
fine.
It was a big deal at the time because this was when both The Office and 30 Rock were still airing next to each other on NBC
Correct. That's true.
in must-see TV. So
All right. The Tourist.
Yeah.
yes, the start of all of Johnny Depp's problems.
Yes, perhaps. Is it?
Yeah, isn't
Oh,
that where he met
insane.
Amber Heard and started
No,
drinking
but
like
is
crazy?
it
Not
Angelina
Angelina
Jolie is in this movie?
What? What
Yeah,
am I
it's-
thinking of? Johnny Depp and Amber
The
Heard.
Rum
Rum
Diary.
Diary.
Right. And
I'm
what
not
is The
seeing it.
Tourist?
A movie in 2010.
Yeah, which is a flop.
I do not remember it at all.
It doesn't matter. Let's move on.
Eat, Pray, Love.
Really?
Oh, another movie my mom loves because
It was
Julia.
2010.
Yeah, fine.
But it's a trash movie, right? Like people don't like it.
I saw it in the theaters. It's
Okay.
not great.
Here's one for you, Udan.
It's pleasant though.
Udan is good.
Udan is very good.
Still good. Still, yeah, good soundtrack. I think the emergence of Amit Trivedi.
Was Udan the emergence of Amit Trivedi? It was
I-
DFD, was it not?
Maybe it was. Yeah, but I think they like around that time he was really kind of blowing up. Finally,
Mm-hmm.
Salt.
Salt. Yes. Okay.
Salt, sure.
Sure.
Salt was with Angelina Jolie, yes?
It was.
Yeah.
And
That's
The Tourist also?
Yeah.
And these are different movies?
Yeah, and
well,
they
Unstoppable
both-
Book of Eli also. I mean, like 2 movies.
I guess. Wow. Okay.
And Leonardo DiCaprio with Inception and Shutter Island.
That's true. He had a big year. That was a big year.
But those are significant, like those are clearly different movies
How is Salt and The Tourist different? I mean, similar.
in the sense that I don't remember either of them.
It's an action movie where she's a spy of some sort.
And
the
Tourist
other
is an
one
action
is-
movie.
I don't think The Tourist is an action movie, is it? I don't remember.
It is
that.
a bit of an
I
action
think
movie.
it
yes,
is.
Yeah. Oh, hey guys, what about this one? The Chronicles of Narnia: The Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
See, another series that I've read in its entirety.
Same.
That's okay. These movies.
I love those. I love those books, man. Those books are. Some
What
There's
is
a
wrong
one,
with these movies though? Was not the first movie really good and then they just kind of like
No, the only thing good about the first movie is James McAvoy as Mr. Tumnus and
Correct.
Tilda Swinton as the white woman who plays that witch role.
Yeah.
but it's fine. Like it's
Yeah,
a,
it's fine. It's a perfectly good children's
and then
movie.
what happened? Like I never saw or
It never amount. I don't think it had. You know, the thing about C.S. Lewis's books is that not all of them are consistent. They're not one. It's not one story, right? Like it's some of them are prequels, like the Silver Chair and all that stuff. Is the Silver Chair? Is it like the band?
Yeah,
The
Silverchair is a prequel.
Is that
and
how
then-
the band got its name? Oh my god!
The Silver Chair is a prequel, and there's this one
is.
called The Horse and His
Yes,
Boy, which
yeah.
is like my favorite. I love that
Again,
book.
those are like these are like they're almost anthology kind of, and then also the kids grow up, and then the next kids like kind of come up. So they didn't have a way of making it like Harry Potter, where they could kind of like keep the same cast going and stuff. But they didn't, and I think everybody was in that zone. They were trying to recreate that vibe, but instead they should have just treated it as its own. And to some extent they did. Like I remember Ben Barnes being in Prince Caspian. And he's like a young Ben Barnes, and then like in Voyage of the Dawn Treader, he's like much older because time passes differently in Narnia. So it was quite cool that way. I just think that I don't think they had a good grasp on what they wanted, how they wanted to progress the series. But they made 3 films, so
Yeah,
I wish they would do it
I don't think
properly.
anybody saw the other 2.
No, it needs the mini-series treatment because the books are so dense and it's like...
it's great, man. The books are some of my favorite
Yeah.
books.
Perhaps.
I think it's time for a reread.
You know what was a good movie in 2010? Greenberg. Have you all watched this?
Oh, I've heard of this.
It's
This
it's a Noah
Noah.
Baumbach.
Yeah,
yes.
that's right.
With Ben Stiller and Greta Gerwig. Very good
Yes.
movie. Also, Green
this is
Zone.
this is the movie that they met on or something.
I believe so, yes.
Mm.
Yeah, it must be because I can't think of an earlier one. Greta was a Duplass house star
brother.
before that.
Yeah.
Tron Legacy.
Love Duplass. Love the Duplass house.
House of Duplass. Tron Legacy.
Man, what
I know.
potential squandered. Anyway.
I mean, they did get that soundtrack out of it, so.
yes,
yeah.
that's true.
Okay, so there is one question that we have and we should answer and then we'll
Call
yes,
it a day.
Tell
Yeah.
us.
So we have a question which says, which 2010 movie did the Geek Fruit crew find most impactful / engaging?
I want to say Inception, probably.
Favorite movie, basically.
Favorite movie of 2010?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think most impactful and engaging, I will also go with
Inception, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
It changes the game, man. Like, for...
Yeah, I don't know if it's my favorite movie of
It's
2010.
probably my favorite movie of 2010.
Yeah. Most
What about you,
enduring.
Rishi?
Probably Inception.
Inception.
What am I going to say? What am I going to say? Alice in Wonderland.
No, I mean, like, so there's some good nominees
Probably
for that, right?
Social Network.
Social
close
Network,
second.
Inception, and Shutter Island. So I don't think Shutter Island has the cultural footprint that, say, Inception does, but it is a fantastic
The
film.
classic, it doesn't really color outside of its lines, right? It's a
Yeah.
classic.
Shutter Island? Yeah,
Psychological
it's man, for as good of a movie as it is, it's basically Martin Scorsese taking like a chill one where he's like, chalo, let's do some time pass.
Correct.
Yeah,
Like a genre
a chill
picture.
one that's a psychological thriller.
Yeah, that's Martin Scorsese for you. For him, an intense
Yeah,
movie is like
it does-
silence.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. I know exactly
That
what
movie
you're talking
has
about.
one of the most chilling scenes still, and I've seen it so many times. And when
Which one?
so is it Michelle Williams or who's in that movie? I always get them or
In
Carrie
Silence?
Mulligan.
Or...
You are afflicted by the same.
Yeah. So who's in Shutter Island, guys? Is it Carrie Mulligan or Michelle?
I think it's Michelle,
Michelle Williams. I think Carrie
Yeah, so
Mulligan
it's-
came around a couple of years later with An Education. No.
But I have this problem all the time. Anyway, excuse me. So yeah, it's the end where she's committed this horrible crime, and she's married to Leonardo DiCaprio. Spoiler. I'm really don't want to.
Spoilers? Okay. No, I'm just
Yeah, because like it's a bad thing, and I don't want to like spoil it for people who haven't
Yeah,
seen
maybe don't spoil Shutter Island, I suppose. I
Yeah.
was going to say it's an old movie,
It's
but I don't know
11
if a lot
years
of people
old.
have seen it 11 years on.
it. Yeah, so it's basically the scene where it's revealed that she's done something bad, and
You know,
it's
people
insane.
talk about how Inception has an ambiguous ending. Do you not think Shutter Island?
It does, yeah. That was the joke, right? That Leonardo doesn't know who the fuck he is, like in either of these films. Like it's quite what is real, what is fantasy.
But yeah, I think like this phase of Martin Scorsese was basically like him. Like it's him making movies that he can make in his sleep and making them very well. Like Departed,
man, shit.
Shutter Island,
Incredible.
all bangers.
Bring it
But
again.
yeah.
He's making one of my favorite books. It's called Killers of the Flower Moon. And
correct, yes.
it's absolutely
Very interesting story behind that movie. It should be very enjoyable.
another Leo vehicle.
Another Leo
Oh,
situation.
nice.
Yeah.
The Illusionist was in 2010.
Which one? The cartoon or the
No.
animated film? Or
The Illusionist, I think.
There's an animated film which is much superior to the live action movie.
Oh, right. Yes, this is the animated film. That makes
Well,
sense.
technically that's called L'Illusionnaire or something like that. It's a French
see.
title.
Oh wow, Blue Valentine. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's a sad one. Good movie. Can never watch it.
Robin Hood.
Sex and the
came out.
City 2.
I've never watched the show, none of the movies. I'm vaguely aware of what the whole thing is.
They
Yeah.
go to Abu Dhabi.
That's all I know about it. But I will say, like, a lot of my friends have said that Sex and the City is like seminal watching, and it's like
probably
people
do
should
that.
watch it. Yeah.
I've seen a few of them. It's fine.
Yeah.
So
It's apparently
It's
one of the better shows of that. Anyway, I don't
it
know.
might be. It seems quite
No, it's cool. Yeah,
like
it seems
sharp and
Yeah.
funny. So enjoy. But yeah, just never really watched it. The films, though, I believe are very different beasts. Like they're
Yeah,
more
yeah.
of a
That's
romp
fine.
than
cool. I mean, it's the Friends reunion to Friends.
perhaps.
I don't know what that means. But
Okay, now explain to me this: Percy Jackson and the Olympians,
Ah.
the Lightning Thief. I know
No,
nothing about
it's
these
Percy
movies.
Jackson and the Lightning Thief. That's it. The Olympians is a separate.
Who
film,
is
I think.
they?
Oh no, you're right. It is Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
Yes.
The Lightning Thief. But on the poster it says Percy Jackson's and the Lightning Thief.
It's
This is how
Logan.
confused they were by their own title.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians and the Lightning Thief.
And you're telling me that the Lightning Thief is Percy Jackson?
So again, I've never read these books.
Never watched these movies either.
Yeah.
I've seen the
it's
first
a-
movie in the theater.
It's a high school situation where he finds out that he's. Wow, that's Clash of the Titans and Percy Jackson the same.
Yes, I remember this also.
Insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, are they similar?
I mean, they're both talking about like Greek
So
gods
he's
and
Perseus.
Perseus, yeah.
Wait, I see.
And the Lightning Thief is.
So when they say Olympians, they mean like Olympus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I assumed it was some sort of athletic group.
No. I mean, so the lightning is the is Hermes.
Okay, yeah, the title makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. His speed.
So
force.
what? It's like a YA novel set in like
Yeah.
that mythology.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's an odd.
He
That's
owned
an
that
entire-
space. Rick
There's an
Riordan.
entire YA novel run that I know nothing about, like Hunger Games.
I really want to read Hunger Games, man. I love those movies.
What is
dude.
that?
I have
Divergent.
read it and they are quite good. The books I enjoy. The movies I think are okay.
Okay, Anurag Nair has said a lot of stuff, so I'm just gonna go through that.
Oh yes, please. You've said enough.
Really like the Ghostwriter.
Oh yes, Roman Polanski situation.
Aryan
Pierce Brosnan
Thackeray
and someone else.
says
It's a good concept. for a
Watchmen
movie.
was Watchmen in 2010.
Not from my research.
I think it's
I'll
2009,
check.
2009.
It was 2009. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Oh God, you guys are old for Diary of a Wimpy Kid. But if you want to feel that fake American dreamy life that you always wanted but never got in middle school, check it out. I'm good.
Someone's called me old for the first.
No, that's a lie. You just put it on your Instagram.
Yeah, second person today. I made it, guys.
It's happening. Megamind was also 2010, was it?
Oh,
It
cute.
was 2010. Yes.
I liked it.
Quite nice.
Yeah,
Nice
cute.
movie.
Enjoyed.
Jackie Chan, Jaden Smith, great fun. Love that nostalgic for. Oh, Jishnu Goa has commented.
What did he say?
The only thing he could have said: Saw 3D, fools.
Ask him to tell us
No,
about
but
Human
then-
Centipede, the first sequence.
He can just join this bloody call, but I think we have overshot.
No, yeah.
Our cup
I don't want to start
overflows.
hearing about Human Centipede now.
Yes.
The moment has passed.
But I think next week, what's interesting is we can do Loki next week, and maybe we can do another best of some other time.
Black Widow.
Black Widow as well.
Mhm.
I mean, separate episodes, I feel like, but
Why?
all right. We're still saying that. We don't know how good the movies are not. Maybe it needs its own episode.
A lot of people don't like this show, Loki, is what we've been reading.
I know,
on
I've been
Discord.
reading
Yeah.
on our Discord.
But I've seemed to enjoy it, so I'm sure. I hope it ends well. But let's find out next week. But for now, I think are we good with 2010? Is it a year that was yay nay?
Yeah, so many.
If we are ranking years, I'd call it a middling year, no? Compared to some of our other more busy years.
I think it's got some hits, but yeah, I think
Of course, it's got some hits,
it's got
but
Toy
it's
Story
not
3,
like
Inception, and Shutter Island, and Social Network. I'd say so. These are like
Yeah.
4 excellent films.
I seem to recall 2001 being even more stacked, but I
Maybe
might be wrong.
you think that's our bias of like
Older
just
thing.
yeah, I don't know.
I wouldn't know. I mean, isn't 2010 like prime for us then? For me and Tejas at the least.
I don't know.
It would have been like bang in the
what were we,
middle of our
19?
college years,
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
it?
true.
Yeah, this should be prime nostalgia fodder.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, you
right.
guys were the same age as these guys in the Social Network.
Or
which
in
is
Percy
awesome.
Jackson.
Correct. We were watching thinking that could be us, and here we are.
I know how annoying.
Not
right?
drinking people's blood.
The Social Network gave way to like so many of these fucking types of boys that I've had to feel my whole life. That the types of boys that are like, oh well, actually, and I'm gonna explain.
Isn't that everyone?
Oh no, I will tell you, those boys were around before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were empowered by the Social Network. By
Yeah, I
Jesse.
like what annoys me about the Social Network is it gave rise to the Fincher bro, which is not great. Yeah, I know.
Massive.
Just be proud, bro.
I love him. He's great.
Listen,
but
you have to
I have
redeem
an issue with
the
bros.
you have to redeem the fandom. That's what you do as a bro.
Is the Social Network his best?
Can
Oh,
you
is it his best? Interesting. No, it's not.
No.
What is?
Yeah.
Zodiac, bro.
I don't know. Really?
Actually, I'm just joking. It's Alien 3.
What
It's
about
gone
SE7N?
It's my brother's favorite movie, but I think Zodiac
Can
is
you
my favorite.
imagine he made Fight Club and yet Social Network is the one that begat more
No,
bros?
no, there's Fight Club Bros also, but we're
No,
just not allowed to
That,
talk.
but
We're
most
not
of
allowed
them
to
have
talk
died
about
out.
it. No, we're not allowed to talk about it. Okay, I hereby end this episode. Thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it. We do these episodes every week. Join us next week. We could talk about Black Widow or Loki or whatever it is that's happening. You can follow us on our Discord. The link is in our YouTube description. Leave some comments. Tell your friends, and we shall see you guys next week, hopefully. Yeah. Thanks, Dinkar. Thanks, Ruchi. And
Thanks, guys.
yeah. See you later, you nerds.